Welcome to the stream. I'm gonna continue this graph project that I did in the stream some weeks ago. So let's see what I'm gonna do. Some maybe quick fixes, remove some stuff that is longer necessary. I have moved these labels or the explanations for the colors in these columns. I move it like top here in the top left. I'm not sure if it, let's see if you can see my mouse. Yeah, here. So I'm gonna take them out from the center. I want to get the kind of center of the graph a little bit more empty, and I like to have these colors explained in these kind of blocks because it resembles the columns of the graph. So I think the connection is better. I still need explanations for the arrows, but and then I have this. I seem to have like many of these dashed lines here now, but maybe I should only leave this that I have in green now, which is the it's the emissions necessary for carbon neutrality and stopping climate change. With some very strict assumptions about like the carbon sinks that we could achieve. So this would be like sinks per capita, and now like we have like in the land use sector we don't have sinks. We have, in a global sense, we have emissions from the land use sector. And today what we want to also do is to get updated data on those CO2 emissions and actually updated data on those, and maybe also on the land use sink stuff. But yeah, we remove those, so let's see how it looks. There's also this kind of data text and other kind of like text stuff here. I'm not sure what to do with it. Like, should I try to fit it somewhere on top here? But here on the top, I don't know if there's enough space. And especially if I want to make this graph to have to make it easier to, we could actually also, of course, like have these in multiple rows, these explainers, and then we could have more. Also, I would like to get this higher, this small graph here, and I'm not sure if it's totally necessary either. I think I could have here. I'm gonna move the land use emissions not included. And then I can take it out from the wherever I have it here. Yeah, I think it's here in this big box of text. So I think it evens it out a little bit. Yeah, and yeah. So let's see if we have new data. I've been using for CO2 emissions. I've been using this Primap data, but I could also be using the data from this other source, this ICOS, like and I'm not sure. Let's see. Okay, let's take another route actually. So let's go global carbon budget. It's global carbon project. And okay, actually they probably have a new website now. There's some this might not be about figures. Let's see, what do they have here? They have a Google Drive here, datasets, land use, national fossil carbon emissions. I think on this kind of Google Drive, but I think this is what we are looking for, and I wonder if there's gonna be issue when I have to yeah, they have until 2022. If I have to download this from a Google Drive folder, and they have consumption emissions until 2021. So that's a global carbon atlas. Let's see what they have here. I'm gonna still see if they have a little bit. Okay, this looks more familiar. Let's see. Here. No. Arts are data archive from previous webs. Don't they really have it on the website anymore? Let's see what they have here. Applications, data uploads, okay. Visit our data website. They have a different latest data. Okay, this seems better. I think I'm gonna use this. So let's take so copy link. National fossil carbon emissions. National land use change carbon emissions. This is pretty cool. Just like some years ago, I don't think they had this, and because I've been thinking that this land use change emissions, that's very difficult to measure or evaluate. Some surface C global carbon budget. I'm gonna see what's here. They have fossil emissions by category. They have like fossil emissions by fuel. Okay. They have land use emissions from various different sources. Historical budget. This is kind of like the cumulative stuff, maybe, I don't know. Total emissions. They have this land use change emissions. Oops. Mic dropped for a while. I'm not. I think there's some issue with the mic. I think it's. I think it's somehow the. It doesn't. The cord is getting like unattached. Okay, but we have this data, so let's open them and see how they are structured, so then we know how to read them in. And they probably what's okay, they only have this from 90 onwards. What about this one? They have this from earlier, but they only have this from 1990 onwards. And there's many countries that they don't have values, but do we have the world average here? Yes, that's nice. Then we don't have to play around with some other stuff. So I'm gonna, okay, you're not actually seeing this, but okay, we're gonna try to read this in. So let's just use this old command and try to replace this address with the new address. I'm not sure if this is gonna work because now we have this Excel stuff here. Okay, I think it downloaded. So let's see what we get here if we go. The sheet name is the same, it's consumption emissions, so what do we have? Okay, I think it works. I think the data structure has to remain the same between. So we want to do this also for the CO2 emissions, and I think it has to go until here. But now I'm thinking, is there a way that we could so we wouldn't just copy and paste, but we could do this in the for both of these at the same time, so both for the consumption emissions and the territorial emissions, but I'm not really sure. So I think for now we're just gonna, so that becomes like annoying if we are gonna change this code here and then we just have to run it twice. So let's go here. We have yeah, so we have this data table, and we are attaching territorial emissions. Skip 8. So I think, does the skip 8 work? Are we getting so yeah, so we take out 8 first rows here, but how many rows do we have to skip here? It's gonna be skip 11, so skip 11 first rows when reading this. Skip 11. Otherwise it's the same. And we'll do all of this same stuff here. And just here we go. We should go like CO2B or something like that. Because this is, we already have the CO2 from the other one. And I think then we also want to just have the, we have here land use. Just have the land use emissions like that. So let's see about that Excel. We had here national land use change emissions. So it's there's a summary page, and then we have like these are not the averages anymore. That's a little bit annoying. I wonder how big the differences are between the countries. And do we have like 644? This is 1600. Is this difference so big? These are, so this might be, there might be some kind of different definitions for these because they are so, there's so many, so big differences. I'm also gonna check how is Finland looking, because we had this huge drop in the land use change. Actually, it's positive all the way. It's weird. This might again like be some kind of thing about the definitions that, yeah, it's, there's like negative values here, then it goes to positives quite early on. That's interesting. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm gonna be using these in any way, because there's just so much. These are like all over the place. I'm not sure if this can be trusted. I wonder if it's more, would it be more beneficial to have I don't know, like have the, what's the current value for the global average? I think I was using the global average for, I don't know. So, but we don't need, we just need the number. If we want to use it, we only need one number. We don't need to have have to read in the whole data and think about what data to read. Just need to go check the one number. Okay, let's take this stuff out, and we only have these, but we can keep the address here just in case we're gonna need it. So now if we have all of this stuff here, and what's the base data here? Is it the population data? Yeah, there's population data here. Just thinking what's the, yeah, it's, we are like using them, yeah. So yeah, here we are calculating the averages. So yeah, this is per GDP and per capita. So we're gonna add here just like this. So we go CO2B I think that's enough. We only need that one. And then we have we can have CO2B, GDP. Oh, remember to have it here. Like that. So I wonder if we need to do anything else actually. This is quite simple. Oh, what do we have here? We have life expectancy. What are we? It's called life. Okay. Okay. Let's run this. There's some very big data files. This is like 124 megabytes. This it's this primap data, so it's quite a so yeah, I'm not sure which CO2 values to use. If I'm not using the land use emission values, then it doesn't really. So let's put here. So CO2B gap. Oops. So let's see. Let's see. Okay, now we have to download all of the big data again here. So wondering, like, would they have already? Should we already have 2023 data for some cases? I think 2022 is still the latest one. Yeah. So do it again. So at least we got newer consumption data if we want to do data on consumption, a graph on consumption emissions. And the consumption emissions, they are calculated by taking the kind of like the production emissions or territorial emissions and then adding to those emissions some kind of estimate on the emissions from the imports in that country. And yeah, that's how. And then reducing from that number also the exports from the emissions of the export of that country. So what remains is the emissions from products that are consumed within the country, basically, or by the citizens of the country, something like that. But these estimates are apparently very difficult to make, so they may not be so reliable. So let's try this new. This is now production emissions, but I'm gonna see some differences here. I also have to fix some. Also, for some reason it's yeah, we need to have more decimals. So yeah, I think that's so here is var this ends here. Okay, I'm just gonna copy this in here. I think there's still some. Okay, this number of decimals thing here. 2b cap. Like that. Okay, now it looks better. I don't know what's. Okay, this gives also the interesting. You can see the difference between the various estimates. Let's get a better look at this because we have. What do we have for this? Yeah, I don't know. We have these points here. There's this some. Yeah, it's this one here. So we have for this. we could have kind of like b variable, like some kind of comparison variable. What I've been thinking about is it would be nice to have the the kind of old emissions in the background. To have those like have for like Finland here, we have reduced like 31%. So we would have like 10 tons before, so it would be nice to have that 10 ton bar, so it kind of shows the speed of the reduction better than just the percentage, I think. Oh, Estonia has done some pretty good job. So let's see now, what if we change this to consumption? We have until 21, it's good. Have Finland 9.33. This is 21 emissions. This is the world average is 4.67. Let's try to make that comparison thing. Like let's see. Like we are making here. Where do we select the year? So it's here. So everything after here, after this, should be kind of like made twice, which is a bit annoying, or maybe not. Let's see. Can I just... I'm just thinking like, what could I do here? If I just had like, especially if I just have another year of this stuff. So we would go here. Like this could all be done, even if I have had also the comparison year emission here. So this is the limit, and okay, this is trouble here. This would bring too many observations. Yeah, this all of this. So what's here? Just colors. Like I'm just thinking, like, could I do a join later on here? This is so I could just join by the country after all of this is done. Is any of this, how necessary is this stuff? I need to do this scale stuff, and this I don't have to do. But if I just went until here, and here I would something like this. So you would have here. So it's comp here, so comparison here, and we could have it a year. So this helps with the scaling too, I think, a little bit. So here. Okay. So we could have year is, so then we take that. We would need this stuff. Yeah. So yeah, it doesn't work because we would need all of four. We are just adding rows now. So we have to kind of like make the decision that are we gonna keep adding those rows, or are we gonna put this like this, add this as another variable, or add this as like additional observations. So that's I think we wouldn't need this actually. We don't care about the decimals. I'm just thinking about like it would be nice if we could add it as a variable, and I'm thinking is there anything here that's gonna conflict with that idea? This is fine. This is fine, I think. But here, okay, should be fine. I think this is all fine. And now we are here at the graph, and we would just have that. Okay, let's try this. So we have here all this stuff. What's So what's the variable? The variable is hy. I think that's all that we need. And I want to add it at the very... I don't know, do we have to... How much do we have to wait to add it? Can we just add it here? Actually. Like here. Yeah. So, what if we go... like this. I think I'm gonna check on the joining stuff here. There's something a point to joins. Okay, I think it's in the other here. Yeah, it's this on. I always forget, so we just take this. Go here. So okay, I forget it again. It's H, and this is y dot on ISO 3, and then we yeah, now we just have to so a year is O year minus lag. So where do we define the O year? It's here. Okay, let's try this one. We just run it out. We don't have it on the graph yet, but we're gonna just see if we can get it through without errors. We did, and I think it affected the graph now. It affected the dimensions, the scaling. It affected the scaling, so it's okay. Let's. So this is actually the main thing here that's giving up the graphs or the. So we have a watch, and then we have some alpha thing here. And I could also consider here only using this for those countries that. Why is it showing the placeholder? Like we should. I'm gonna fix this now. Placeholder. So we're gonna add here another one. So if we have CO2 gap, we have kulutuspohjaiset. that. Okay, let's try. Okay, we're gonna need to have yeah, it's just too many lines. CO2. But we are not seeing our... We are not seeing the thing that we want to see now. Okay. So why are we not seeing this thing show up? Okay, is there? No, it's not there. This is just some other stuff. So how does the data look? So look at the data. So what do we have for this variable, this new variable? We don't have anything for that variable. So the issue might be, yeah, we have 0 observations. There's no observations for so why is that? We have defined a year as O year minus the lag. Lag is 10, and we have a year as 2012 here, as it should be. So how are we using the a year? So first off, here we are taking the... does this work? So do we have here? We have, yeah, we have those both years, and we have for them, we have where do we have the HY variable, or are we just making it later? Was this actually, where do we make the H1 is made here. And here we use the max, and we use it for scaling. And here, and now we take. Did we lose something? No. So we take this. Ah, okay, okay. Sorry, I should have had this before that. Okay, I think that's the issue here. Like that. So now we have. Yeah, okay. So let's go from here. I think this should do it. Okay, good. So now we have, for those countries where there's this green icon, it's showing their old emissions and how much they are gonna like reduce. So what if we now remove this one? This has specified the EU countries, but I don't think it's so important as this one. So we should have a little bit more visibility. So let's go with like 6 alpha here. Yeah, might be a little bit too much. Just go somewhere in between. Yeah, that could work. So now we would also need to have we need to have let's see, for those countries that have increased their emissions, we will need to have some kind of label. I would like to have it to be some kind of line. Did we actually, can I check, like, do we have shapes? Do we have like a line shape? Yeah, this is, we don't have a line shape, or do we? Because I've been missing a line shape. They actually have, okay. This is interesting. Scale. Scale shape identity can be used to pass through any legal shape value. As a point. This is interesting. Wondering like what kind of what kind of options does this give? But let's shape is P, but these are all how does it work? P X is what? What's this? Shape is P. Okay, I think they made this table with that. Yeah, I think I have to use these numbers. What's this? I don't get this. I don't get this. Okay, let's just try this. Scale shape identity. Is this in the... Yeah, it should be in the ggplot. So... So we're gonna use this to build it. So it's gonna be... jam point... take it this way. Let me just have shape is, and then we have 45 and or actually 95 would be better here maybe. So let's see, is this just enough? And we want to have this, I want to have this on top of this one. Unused argument legend is false. Okay, let's try to take this out. I think there are some, I think there are some of these lines here, but they are in, it's a weird, yeah, it should be just, it should be angled. Let's try this. I'm not sure if this angle I'm not sure if this angle works with it might work. I'm just wondering what, like, does it work with okay, let's have a color black and because now we cannot really see them. Let's have also size is 5 or something. But this isn't totally, it's not okay. Okay. And the angle, it's the same angle for everything, I think. So it doesn't work out. We might just have to use some dot. Yeah, I don't think this this takes as a function. Yeah, we should maybe just do this with the geom segment. Okay, let's try this one. So if you have I take this out, to use let's have a like ID minus 0.4 and x is ID plus 0.4, and then we have y as and we have color black, and this is fine. I don't know if the size. Okay. Okay, that works. So we would want to have this for those countries that that have increase in emissions. So it would better indicate like how big the increase is. We would want to have it on the actually on the country color. So it's a okay. So this, I wonder if this is gonna is this gonna like break some stuff now? Doesn't seem to work. Do we have to specify the color here also? No, I don't think so. What's the color variable? Let's try. Or we just have to do like a group. I don't know. Make this a little bit smaller. Okay, let's try color. I don't think it's. Let's try color. I'm not sure if any of this is gonna work. No. Oh, that's right. No. Actually, it might be working, but it's not really. It's just exactly the same color, so it doesn't work. It should be. Yeah, it doesn't work if it's the same color. Well, except for those countries where there's like a decrease, but actually, what's okay? Yeah. Yep. Also, I'm wondering, like, is it getting too complicated now? France. Okay, I think I'm gonna end the stream now. Think about this stuff, and thank you for watching, and have a good night.